Welcome back for part 9. Let's finish climbing this Tower of Horror. By the way, these hopping spirits are, if I'm pronouncing this right, Jiangshi, which are Chinese hopping spirits. They actually changed these in the US. Trying to be extra careful here and not get a hit. They changed these in the US to just like regular ghosts that float around. So their behavior is different in the US version too, besides just the graphical changes. Guess they thought that was just a little bit too Asian for Americans in the late 80s. I suppose the reference would have been lost on most Americans at that time, or even nowadays. Let's pause here real quick. Please continue. Caterpillar. Rumble, rumble. So my understanding is this crazy fellow here is a reference to a Japanese tale called The Caterpillar, which is about a wounded veteran, which might explain why the caterpillar is in the bed. I'm going to have to redo this fight. In the US version, he says, "Hi, my name's Royce." Get it like Rolls Royce, you know. Haha. Anyway, let's redo this fight. Alright, let's try this again. I think I got him down now. He's actually not that bad. You just have to be careful about dodging his roll because it's pretty quick. You seem to be able to exploit, there we go. You seem to be able to exploit the timing of the pill wearing off in the Japanese prototype, because if you stay airborne while your pill is wearing off, it seems to pause the timer in most cases. I don't think it's that way in the US version. I think that was probably a bug that they fixed. I may be wrong, but I don't remember it being like that in the US version. Also, some of the layouts of the blocks in the different rooms are changed from the prototype. Let's see if we can kill Jason. Since we got Viryu and we got projectiles. Yeah, there we go. He does take a lot of hits to kill though. It's funny how his head changes to an actual elephant. I was going to see if I could farm up some more health, but you don't seem to be able to go back. Once you go to a room, you can't like go back down to the previous room. So that severely limits your farming opportunities for this stage, but it's cool. We'll roll with it. We'll be fine. We'll get ready for the next boss room. So I jumped down here to see if I could fight Jason, and yeah, that's probably accurate that it takes 48 hits to kill him. Keep in mind that Viryu's shots have different damage values than Hiroshi's bat. So I skipped up. That's handy. That was worth it because that'll come in very handy for this boss fight. Quick break. Also bear in mind that I left out probably the first couple dozen hits on Jason because I didn't want you guys to have to sit through that. Do I not look familiar? Why, yes you do. You look like something straight out of Aliens, which is why I would imagine they changed you to the Grim Reaper in the US version. Man, those projectiles are annoying. We're going to redo this one. Okay, here we go again. He's actually not that bad like the other boss. It's just that you basically have to try to dodge these really persistent projectiles that he throws at you, the facehugger type aliens. And also he doesn't have hit detection on the, around, I guess, the top half of his body. That was what was throwing me off at first, because I was trying to hit him up top and you can't, because he has no hit detection up there. But yeah, anyway. That's the Aliens boss. Another example of something that was changed due to fear of copyright infringement. He's a giant Grim Reaper in the US version. So, another pretty interesting change. There's a lot of interesting little fun facts I try to squeeze in here. Ooh. Oh man, I wish I could farm that. But, another small little tidbit is the Elephant Man. In the US version, they added like an extra pixel to the, his eyes are like solid black in the Japanese prototype, but in the US version, they added like a little white pixel to give his eye like a little more depth. So that's another interesting factoid. Let's see if we can dispatch Jason into it. No, he's a little bit... It's weird, because it seems like some of these will chase after you and others won't. I don't know exactly how the AI works on those Jason enemies. But I'm going to fool around with him a bit, but I'm going to stop the video for a second. Okay, I skipped some of the boring part for you guys, but learned something interesting about the Jason AI in the prototype version. Not sure if it's the same in the US version. I'd have to double check, but they will chase you, but it seems only within certain parameters, maybe within their original little spawn area, because like at first when he was up top, like he would chase after me, but when I got him to come down to the bottom part, he went into this routine of just walking back and forth, and you can tell when he's chasing you because he speeds up. Unfortunately, he didn't drop any power-ups, but it was worth a try, and we learned something about the enemy behavior. Alright, so that'll be interesting. Yeah, you see the little speed up effect? Ah! Need that. There we go. That's on now, buddy. Yeah, see, his pattern is reset now. Now he just walks back and forth. So, curious little bit of information about the AI there. Quick break. And we're back. Aha, here's the famous, or, you know, I suppose infamous, cut boss that it was re-enabled with the translation patch. I'm a totem pole. Oh crap. Hold on. 1 second. I didn't realize he had a second screen of dialogue. Well then who do you think is talking? Supposedly his programming is unfinished. I believe there's some graphics in the ROM for him to shoot projectiles, and so you can jump through his body, except I think the bottom 2 segments you can't jump through. But I think he was supposed to shoot projectiles at you, but they didn't finish his programming, which may be why he got cut. But yeah, it's just basically a game of keep away with him, get a quick hit, and jump over him. It would have been interesting to see if they'd finished him, how much harder he would have been, and how the projectiles would have worked. There's also a different boss in the US version, by the way. More on that in a second. Whoa, it's Jason again. 1 sec. Things are getting a little too dicey there. And we're about out of time, so we'll be back.